Hey there, everyone. I hope you're having a good day in your little corner of the world. I have been through an emotional storm these last few days. The day before yesterday, I received some very upsetting, disappointing news that really shook me up, and I was very frustrated and very upset, and I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And yesterday, I received what I can confidently call a miracle. It was a true miracle. Megan, if you're watching this in a year or 5 years from now or 10 years from now, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But yesterday was a day I think I will never forget, unless I get Alzheimer's, or dementia. But I can firmly say that yesterday's miracle solidified my relationship with God. And when I use the word God, I hesitate to use that word because, of course, everybody has their own history of the word God, and people usually think of a deity or an entity, but it's not. It's in here. And I was always an agnostic, and I always said to myself that I would never believe in God unless I had a direct experience with God. I didn't want to believe in God because someone else told me to believe in God, or because somebody said that they experienced something and, go based off of their experiences. I didn't want that to be the case with me. I wanted to have a direct experience with God, a direct understanding with God. And if God was real, I wanted to experience that for myself, to know that for myself, not from a place of somebody else telling me or because I read it in a book, but because I experienced it. And I've had so many wacky, you can say, quote unquote, wacky situations happen in the last few years that strengthened my relationship with God. When I use the word God, I mean God as in self, consciousness, awareness. I can't really express it, and these words don't do it justice. But anyway, I was always agnostic, and I vacillated, right? I was like, oh, okay, that was interesting. Okay, that happened. That was weird. Okay, moving on. But what happened yesterday was a true miracle, and everything just turned around. I had a terrible day the day before yesterday, and yesterday, I can't logically explain what happened yesterday. I'm not going to go into details because it's going to be a very, very, very long video if I do. But all I can say to anybody that's watching this is believe that there is something better for you. If you are going through the storm of your life, believe that things will change, and they will. That things will change for the better, and your life will change for the better. It's all about perspective. And I know this sounds really cliche, really trite, and nobody wants to hear that when you're in the middle of the storm. Trust me, I'm one of those people. I probably would have clicked out of this video too. I've been like, oh my God, she's so annoying, right? She must have read that somewhere. And yes, I have read that somewhere, but I've put that also into practice, right? You have to believe things will change for the better. And they will. From my own experience, from my own relationship with God, and it's not really a relationship, it's a remembering of God. It's a remembering of the divine. It's a tapping into the divine. If you have a good heart and good intentions, it doesn't matter how flawed you are or how many mistakes you've made in the past or what you've done wrong. If you have good intentions and a good heart, your life will be beautiful. Life will always reward you. And the storm sometimes shakes things up. Many of the times it shakes things up and it uproots the trees and it destroys the homes, and it's terrible. But sometimes it's necessary to have a storm in order for renewal to come in. Something more aware, something more loving, a being that is more open. So if you're going through some internal storm in your life, just know that as long as you have a good heart and good intentions, life will always reward you. Believe that you are deserving of miracles. Believe that you are deserving of all the good things in life. Believe that you are deserving of a good life. You are. And you will have a good life. That doesn't mean you're not going to have problems. Of course not. You're always going to have problems, and you're always going to have things to deal with. Always. And annoyances and, choppy waters and riptides that you're going to have to try and navigate. That's always going to be the case. But as long as you're rooted in who you are and grounded, believing that things will change for the better, your life will change. Trust me, guys. I wish I could go into details in this video, but then this would be a very long and intimate and personal video, and I don't think I want to put that out in the internet just in case somebody that I know watches this. So I don't want them to know about my personal stuff, and to be honest, I don't want strangers to know about my personal life either. Anyway, yeah. I was so much in shock yesterday that, well, first of all, I was super busy, and second of all, I was processing everything. I was still in shock that I didn't have time to make a video, or I really didn't even know what to say in that video, or if I just couldn't make a video because I was just so in shock. But maybe tomorrow I'll be more eloquent. Well, I'm going camping tomorrow, so probably not going to upload. I'm going to make videos, but I'm not going to upload them because I'm not going to have service. So, yeah, I'll upload those videos once I have service. But anyway, maybe tomorrow I'll have the words to express things better. Maybe I'll be more eloquent tomorrow and be able to share the love of the divine, which exists in all of us. All of us are the divine. You just have to remember that. You have to remember that, and it's hard to remember that when you've been through things in your life and the world is showing you something else, something very opposite of what love is, or what you think love is. Yeah, that's another thing, what you think love is. Because love is everything. Love's all the good stuff, all the happy and joyful and warm feelings and everything good that you can think about, but it's also all the shitty stuff, all the things that you don't want to think about. That's love too. But we have a biased idea of love, and maybe I'll go into details in a different video, but right now I'm not that inspired. Make this video short. Well, it's not that short, it's 10 minutes. So anyway, I hope you have a good day. I wish you a blessed day, and remember, you are the divine. Surprise! Peace and love. Bye.